So what counts as cheating now? Well, I suppose it depends on the flirting. If you're just being friendly, that's not infidelity. But if you're like, so... that's flirting.
Sizzling hot.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Flirting is such a wide definition, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you always confess to being a flirt, and you're a flirt as well.
I'm a flirt, but not in a sexual way. I muck about, and I think because we're in this industry, we kiss men all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
We kiss, like, both sides of the cheek or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, my husband was a window cleaner. He's not allowed to kiss everyone.
You are the real hussy. People think it's me. You are. Come on, Kay.
I don't think that's fair.
No, you are. Because you will go, and I'm always like, oh, but people, because I'm a flirtatious character, would think I would be the
And there's a big difference between just... Because I can flirt with people I don't fancy. I find it really... Because you're just being gregarious and friendly.
Yeah.
But to do
Yeah.
I can't do it at all if I actually like them. Right, we made up a cheatometer. That's quite hard to say. a cheatometer. A cheatometer?
Cheatometer.
Sounds like some
I would
sort of
extend
cheesy
the E on that cheese.
Cheatometer.
Cheatometer's not good.
Should we have a look at the cheatometer?
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
There we go.
Oh, it's a bit harsh.
OK, so this is the difference, obviously, between men and women and the different percentages of what counts as cheating and what doesn't. Now, obviously, women, 96% think that having sex with someone who is not your partner is cheating. But that means 4% thinks it's OK.
Yeah, I know.
They're probably the ones that are cheating at this very moment.
Could be.
Whilst they were on.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And 91% of men. It makes the mind boggle. What do they think is cheating if they don't think having sex with somebody else is cheating?
God knows.
I don't think porn's cheating.
I don't think porn is cheating, but it depends on the kind of porn and what they're doing.
Well, when I get down with my Jackie Collins novels, am I cheating?
Well, that's a
that's
really
a good point.
And let's face it, you just go through to the good bits. Nobody reads this.
Well, when you had every woman on the tube and train was sitting reading 50 Shades of Grey, were they all being unfaithful?
That's true, isn't it? Because if you were watching men just scanning through their available porn on their phones on the tube, you'd think it was disgraceful.
Well, it's because you can see that. With words, it's not...
But isn't that often, and again, I know I'm generalising, but isn't that often the difference between men and women? That I think more often than not, men are more visual sexually and women are more cerebral. And so I think that... Oh, it's such a good point, that, isn't it? If you're sitting there reading porn, you can't really say anything about the films.
Watching it.
No,
I wouldn't like to think of Mark sitting on his own watching porn. I've actually watched a little bit of it with him. We were in a hotel one night and we just were flicking through the channels and we saw one and we just put it on for a laugh.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it. And I remember watching it and saying to him afterwards, "You're a lazy git, you are."
Sex with somebody else.
Hello. I wanted to come in. Hello. Tim, can I just talk?
Hello. Lovely to see you.
No, thank you for that. Now, I've just burst in because I was passing and listening to this discussion.
Oh, lovely. Oh, what a nice surprise.
I can't believe that you think Jackie Collins is pornography. I feel like I've died and woken up in the 18th century. What I want to know is, after you watched that video, did you try harder? What happened?
I think he tried harder.
So then, can it be seen as a positive
you're talking,
thing?
but actually I need a moment.
I think this is brilliant that we've got an actual judge. So, do people in a court of law, with their prenuptials, because I always think of it as money, but would people say if you snog somebody else, that would be or kiss a French kiss?
Flirt.
Would there be those sort of stipulations ever in a prenuptial?
You know what's... Well, there are all sorts of things in prenuptials nowadays, some of them deeply odious. But, you know, the interesting thing is...
What's the most deeply odious? I want to know.
Oh, gosh, I mean, you can find American prenuptial agreements, a conversation for another time, where people are entitled to divorce if the woman puts on an amount of weight. It's disgusting.
Oh, my God. They have that in their prenup?
In parts of Texas, yes.
That's
certainly so. No, it's horrendous. But we're talking about sex, so let's come back to that.
That's all you're here for, isn't it?
Well, he just happened to be part of it.
And heard sex and ran in.
Sex.
So go on then.
Go on, you've got 1 minute. Got 1 minute.
Oh, right. Well, no, the reason I came in listening to this is because so many of my cases are about this, about cheating. Right. And what it comes down to is dishonesty. And looking at those statistics, those surveys, I think everybody on them is talking porky pies. The reality is, especially men, I think men, by and large, given the opportunity, would do more. And the difference for men and women, by and large, and I don't think it's necessarily true for everybody, just to be clear, is that for a lot of men, the physical act of sex is separate from the romantic act. And a lot of men, when they are together, privately talking about it, I think express it in that way. And I suspect a lot of them feel that they might, for example, I'm not speaking about myself, have an infidelity which is of a sexual nature, but feel absolutely no emotional connection to the person that they're having sex with. And for a lot of women, that would frankly be impossible.
So
but
for
not
the man,
all
it doesn't
women.
count. But for
Absolutely
the woman, it does.
not, because what it comes down to, like all things in all relationships, is honesty. And I think we need to get infinitely better at having that discussion.
I'm glad you happened to be part. You literally happened to be
really was passing, and I
jumped out my skin.
It was the most marvellous thing. The four of you were talking about sex, and all this camp energy emerged, and then I managed.
And then you...